The Foreign Minister, Julie Bishop, has warned further pressure will be brought to bear on North Korea, as the US seeks to remind the rocket man that military options remain on the table. Bishop, in New York for the UN General Assembly, told Guardian Australia through her spokeswoman, there was more room to force North Korea back to the negotiating table. United Nations economic and diplomatic pressure on North Korea is one element of a broader strategy to compel Pyongyang to the negotiating table with the intention to abandon its illegal weapons programs, she said in a statement. Further pressure will be brought to bear, including through the UN Security Council and in coordination with the United States and other countries. Speaking at a press conference on Tuesday morning, Bishop asked for time for the sanctions to work. I believe that the Korean regime is seeking to maximize its leverage in order to get the best possible negotiating position with the United States, she said. We want to see North Korea rush to the negotiating table, and we need to exert considerable economic pressure, as we have done in the past. That has happened in the past when North Korea has been subjected to sanctions, certainly not as comprehensive as the current round of sanctions, but they have returned to the negotiating table, and that is what we are seeking to do. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. I spoke with President Moon of South Korea last night. Asked him how Rocket Man is doing. Long gas lines forming in North Korea. Too bad. September 17, 2017. How to deal with Kim Jong-un's North Korea is dominating the UN talks, which is also grappling with relations with the US President, Donald Trump, and his repeated public criticisms of the body. Donald Trump calls for reform of outdated United Nations video just days after the Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, said the latest provocation by North Korea meant the sanctions were working. The U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, said if diplomatic means failed, General Mattis will take care of it. A retired Marine Corps general, James Mattis, serves as the Trump administration's Secretary of Defense. Haley, speaking to CNN, said Trump's promise of fire and fury was not an empty threat. If North Korea keeps on with this reckless behavior, the United States has to defend itself or defend its allies in any way. North Korea will be destroyed, and we know that, and none of us want that, she said. None of us want war. Turnbull has repeatedly confirmed Australia would side with the US in the event of an attack, as part of the ANZUS agreement. Quick guide. The US has various anti-missile options, some designed to take down missiles at short range and others for medium to long range. The U.S. relies heavily on the U.S. Patriot missile in the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense (THAAD). The U.S. deployed THAAD to South Korea this year to defend against medium-range missiles. There is a three-phase defense system: ground-based missiles on the Korean Peninsula, U.S. naval ships stationed in the Pacific, and two bases in Alaska and California that can launch an estimated 36 interceptors. No air defense system offers anything like a complete guarantee of success. The Pentagon offer repeated assurances that air defense systems would be more than a match for any North Korean attack. But when missile defense systems have been put to the test over the last few decades, the performance has been far from reassuring. The U.S. provided anti-missile defense systems to Israel and Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War as protection against Iraq's Scud missiles. It was initially claimed that they had shot down 41 of the 42 missiles fired by Iraq. But eventually it was acknowledged that only a few missiles had been hit. Recent tests of interceptors have provided little comfort, with success rates of around 50% on average. The Pentagon celebrated in May when it destroyed a mock warhead over the Pacific, but overall the performance has been spotty. Since the newest intercept system was introduced in 2004, only 4 of 9 intercept attempts have been successful. Of the 5 tests since 2010, only 2 have been successful. Thank you for your feedback.